Hello and welcome everyone, it's Shanna. Now Cocarosa sent me another set of dies and I'm going to work with the first one here today, and I'm just going to take it to my die cutting machine. Now I die cut this out on a panel that I had already ink blended, and it made for a really pretty background. And I'm going to bring in, I'm going to actually measure it because this cover die is not exactly A2. It was like an eighth of an inch or a 16th of an inch under 4, and I think an eighth of an inch or 16 inch under 5.5. So I'm going to cut it down with that and just create the background for the panel. And I'm going to double check because I'm feeling like maybe I don't have it measured right, so I'm laying it on my trimmer there just to make sure and get it laid down on there. And I think I make it just an eighth of an inch under 4 inches is what I do. And let's see if I got it right. Yeah, I think I did. So what I'm going to do now is just get this background panel laid on there. And I chose the watercolor paper pad because I thought it kind of matched the blue that was in the piece of paper that I die cut that out of. Now what I'm doing now is I'm just creating a puddle. There are a lot of really, really thin lines on this die piece here, die cut here, and I'm going to just kind of make a little puddle that I can just brush this all the way through and pick up glue and not have like globs of glue on there so it won't make a mess on my cover plate. So I'm just trying to pick up some glue, and I'm just putting some more down on there because it's kind of drying up, and just dabbing this panel all over it so I can get it glued down. And it's a little quicker technique than flipping it over and trying to run a bead of glue on all those tiny little lines. Now I will have to touch it up and stick some glue in some different spots to get it to stick down. But it worked out okay. So I'm just trying to get it all lined up on my panel evenly and then press it down. And it's taken okay, but I will have to add some glue to some of the corners and some of the areas where I didn't get enough glue on there. Now it's hot out, my air conditioning's running, so that's what's blowing in the background if you hear it. I'm still continuing to press on this just to make sure I've got a good solid adhesion all over it. And I think it looks pretty good. And so this is where I bring in my Tim Holtz scissors and I just trim because I had laid it either a little off or my measurement was not quite right. So I'm just using those Tim Holtz scissors, which I love, and just trimming that little edge off there. And I think it looks pretty good. I think you could use this just in and of itself. Throw a cinnamon on there and it would be ready to go. Now I'm going to go and choose some cardstock for my card, a card base for my card, and I'm just going to grab some amethyst from Spellbinders, and I'm going to just cut it down and turn it into an A2 size card base. So I've got my score buddy here, and I'm just going to bring in my little score tool and just score it and just turn it into a top folding A2 size card base. And then we'll have that and we can get our panel laid on it. So I'm just going to get it glued up, get it laid down. Now this pattern paper is double-sided, so you can see there's kind of a greener hue on the back of it. So we'll just get it laid down on a card base. And the way that it's cut, it's closer to 5.5 than it is 4.25. So you can see that I've got more of an edge on the sides than I do on the top and bottom. Just adding some more glue where I see that it needs some glue to hold it down. And if I'd had that like a double-sided sticky thing that I could have die cut it with, it would have been easier, but I didn't. So I just used the glue. Now it looks really pretty, but I've decided I'm going to take some more of that purple paper and die cut it out. And I only went halfway down the panel because I only want to do the biggest floral leaves that are in the center of that flower. And I'm going to very carefully I left them in the die so that I can very carefully do one at a time and put some foam tape on them and put them back in the exact spot that they go. And so that's why I chose to, because there are different sizes. And so that's why I chose to leave them in the die cutting piece and to just go one at a time and fill them into the spots. So see, I'm just going to go around the flower and then add some adhesive and lay them down. So while I'm doing this is going to take a minute. Let's just kind of update. So this weekend was busy. I wound up on Saturday night going over and having a little slumber party with my grandsons and my daughter and son-in-law. And then Sunday, I was at their house, and we wound up going to a pool party and a birthday party, and just enjoyed having that. And then I came back home Sunday night in time to do my live, and then my husband got home. He had been gone all weekend, so it's nice to have him back home and just to be kind of back in our routine. So that's pretty much what I did this weekend. On Friday night I had my sister over and we had a nice meal. I think I talked about that already in one of my videos or my lives or something, but we had a good time. So this week I don't know what we got going on. I feel like I've got lots of activities on my channel going on, but I need to get busy and get some videos made. So this is actually Monday morning. I'm doing the voiceover. I did this, I don't know, last week, and I had it in my video editing software, and I just needed to do the voiceover. And so I'm doing it now this morning while my husband is still sleeping. So he's pretty much exhausted from his, 4-day track meet event. It pretty much wore him out. And so he's glad to be back home in his own bed and getting caught up on some sleep. So I'm just taking this quiet time to just do this voiceover so I can get this uploaded hopefully in time for my channel. Sometimes when you're uploading on YouTube, it takes forever and a day. This is a relatively short video, so hopefully it won't take too long, but I don't know if it's just busy times on the channel or what it is, but sometimes it can take forever. So I'm kind of pushing it, thinking I'm going to get this uploaded in time for my normal release time. But so you can see this flower's coming together. I just thought it kind of added some, a little bit of extra to the card. Now I could have, instead of putting the foam on there, I could have just glued like the bottom of it closest to the circle of the flower and then curled the flowers, and then that would have added some dimension as well. I actually thought about that when I was die cutting out the purple piece, but then I just decided to use the foam tape and just pop it up. So you could do, lots of different things with this. You could also die cut it out in a bunch of different colors and just add a bunch of different colors. And you could actually fill in all the pieces, but I didn't choose to do that. Now for the center, I could bring in the center piece, but I decided to bring in just an embellishment and just lay it down there in the center. And I think that looks nice. Now I'm going to look for a sentiment, and I found one of my older stamps here. And I'm just going to take my acrylic block. I'm lining it up on my glass mat, trying to get it straight how I want it. And then I'm just going to take my acrylic block and pick up those two stamps. And then we'll just bring in the my purple, I want to say Villainous Potion. Because I think this is one of the colors I used when I was ink blending that panel that I die cut it out of. And I'm stamping down wishing you happiness, and then I could use this card for just about anything. So I took one of my dies and I just die cut it out, and I'm going to get it laid down on my card. It had some of my pink pixie tape on the back of it. I was just pulling that off. It doesn't matter, you wouldn't see it. I think there's still some left on there. And so we'll just get our sentiment and get it laid down on our card. And I think it turned out pretty. This is really pretty. Now I've got another die from them that I'm going to be working with that kind of creates a folding card, a unique folding card. So I'll be bringing that to my channel soon. I'm going to add some purple, light purple embellishments on this, just because there's quite a bit of white space around that sentiment. And I'm kind of pushing it around on my card or on my sentiment, trying to figure out where I want it. And I think it turns out really pretty, especially if you like purple. I think it's a very pretty card. And it's just got that swirl around that flower. And you can see I've got it stuck to my desk. This happens more often than I hate to admit, that I drop them and get them stuck to my desk. And I decided I wasn't going to fool with it, and so this is it. So I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.